Did you see Michael Tracey's hot take on the Kharkiv offensive? Oh, the cope has been phenomenal. Ukraine's successful operation in the Northeast, conducted in conjunction with their American counterparts, per New York Times, a textbook example of U.S.-enabled escalation, intensifying the existential stakes both Ukraine and Russia are imputing to the war. Phenomenal stuff right there. You see, by successfully defending yourself, you are only worsening the situation. I mean, this is really like the classic talking point, like for any authoritarian, right? It's like, you know, oh, you're defending yourself? Why do you keep making things worse? How dare you aggress upon me by defending yourself? You know, sort of that sort of thing. You know, even back, is it not the case back in World War II that Germany framed its invasion of Poland as a self-defense thing as well? That there were like false flag attacks near the border, and Germany was like, you know, in response to the Polish aggression. And like with Russia, nobody bought it. Like internationally, everyone was like, yeah, Germany invaded Poland, but it was kind of critical to Germany's internal like propaganda machine to frame it as though it was some kind of, because they're eternal cry bullies. Like everything has to be defensive by nature, you know? Like they can never admit they're the aggressors. They always have to be like defending themselves against other shit. He defended Imperial Japan. This is a lot here. What the fuck am I? By May 1941, the socialist-led Keep America Out of the War Congress was holding rallies in which participants correctly foresaw an oil embargo would result in major war with Japan. Roosevelt imposed the oil embargo in August. By December, the U.S. was war with Japan. A quick question, Michael Tracey. What happened in between the oil embargo and war with Japan? Did Japan do anything in between the oil embargo and being at war with Japan? Is there a missing step here, perhaps? Rape of Nanking, right? No, Pearl Harbor. 9/11. 9/11 happened. True. I mean, Pearl Harbor was kind of 9/11 before 9/11. Historically, the oil embargo was issued because of the occupation of French Indochina. Well, yeah, like, I don't think it's that unreasonable. Like, hey, Japan, please stop invading the entire Pacific region. We will no longer give you the oil to do so. I think that's reasonable, actually. You know, it is always like, it's always the same cancel culture discourse, isn't it? You know, I can't believe the woke United States is canceling Imperial Japan by not selling them oil with which to bomb and rape the entire Pacific. Wow, what happened to freedom of speech or something? No, really, time is a flat circle. It really is like the same discourse every time. It's like, how dare you not support the fascists? That makes you the real authoritarian here, you know? And it's just sort of been that discourse that's been infinitely circling for essentially since fascism has become a thing, you know? I mean, it's basically been that. In a way, it almost makes you reminisce about the days of old feudalist imperialism, because at least then they would be open about being the aggressors, right? Like, you know, like imperial forces would be, you know, today the British forces have brought civilization to the darkest Africa, the continent, you know, ruled before by cannibalistic tribes, now occupied by glory. And, you know, it's, you know, obviously it has its problem, but at least they're fucking admitting that they did it, you know, as opposed to what, like, I said, the fascist pretext, I guess, in that case would be, you know, like the ethnic displacement in England is being caused by nefarious international bankers located in Ethiopia. And, you know, our defensive military action is the only way we can preserve the racial integrity of the people, you know. It's like, you know, basically what I'm saying is that fascists are massive pussies, and at least proper, like, feudal imperialists would be a little bit more straightforward with their intentions. That's all I'm saying, essentially, you know. Both of them want to kill and rape every country that isn't them. It's just the fascists are sort of terminally cowardly about it. But the Nazis were like Killer Untermenschen. Yeah, but if you look at internal propaganda, the Holocaust and the slaughter of the disabled was framed as a defensive act by the Germans. There was that famous propaganda film the Nazis put out on the disabled being a drain on the country's resources. They could never take ownership of the fact that they were the aggressors. Every group they fought against and killed and invaded, all of it was like, oh, we have to do this because they're destroying us, you know, either directly or sort of like implicitly through this, that, or the other. They're massive pussies, dude. That's the thing. They're huge pussies. They can never own up to it. It always has to be a defensive thing, you know? Homosexual degeneracy and transgender degeneracy is destroying the nation from within and crumbling our society. Jews declared war on Germany back in the 1920s because they were responsible for us losing World War One. The people of other races are actively working to destroy like racial homogeneity within our country. The disabled are draining our resources. Like all of these factors, like they can never just say we just want to fucking kill people. You know, you guys understand what I'm saying, right? That's why they say for a Nazi, you know, every accusation is a confession. And it's why the greatest self-report the Nazis ever did was that I think it's an Italian or fascist phrase, the Polish neo-Nazi phrase. The Jew cries out in pain when he strikes you, but that's not the Jew. That's the Nazi. The Nazi, every single time they struck out against another, they cried in pain, you know? Every single time, without fail. Every single minority they persecuted, every country they invaded, every war crime committed, every time. They could never just own it and say, we're doing this because we think we're better than you. It always had to be some like, oh, we're actually the victims here as they're led to the gas chambers, you know? Every time. You might notice this is a common theme in my debate with fascists as well. Whoa, a cutaway? I know. I'll make it quick, I'll make it worth your time. Listen. Republicans have long had an advantage when it comes to online canvassing because they're pretty effective at weaponizing new mediums like YouTube and Twitter to pull people over and actually integrate them into their political campaigning. Democrats have fallen behind in that respect, and that's a serious weakness in their organizing. I don't have the political know-how or discipline to be a political organizer, but I know people who do, and that's why I've partnered with Progressive Victory 2022, which is an organization that's trying to get folks out canvassing, phone banking, text banking, get them to match up with any local campaigning opportunities that they might be able to contribute to. Now, I know these folks. They're real nice. They're real professional. My fans also know these folks because according to this map that my editors are going to put up, there are over 7,000 people who've already signed up for their Discord. Listen, I'm begging you, okay? The primaries are coming up. If you go to vaush.gg/map, you can see not only all the folks who have signed up, hello pigeon, but you can also see how to sign up yourself. And it's simple as, you know, you go, there's a little Discord server, if you want to give them your email so they can send you opportunities, a lot has already happened. Folks have gone canvassing. Jamal Bowman did a talk. They did phone banking for him. It's been real neat. And honest to God, we're coming up close to the end of the primaries here. So there's never been a better time. I know touching grass is scary, but I swear we talk about so much doom and gloom politics here. Feels a lot better to actually do something, you know? Something off the computer, Sheriff, at all possible. Seriously, join. It's important. If you're American, if you're not, then get the heck out of here. Scram, you goofball.